Let's go on a journey. We'll learn about legends and find spooky stories. We'll learn about legends like Bigfoot, hybrids like the Goatman, the Mothman. Who knows what we'll learn and find on this journey? All kinds of monsters. Who knows what we'll learn along the way? There's so many legends out there, so many to learn about. And we'll learn about legends that we probably didn't even know about together, and come upon stories that'll scare the pants off us. So let's go on this journey together. Hey y'all, this is Legends and Stories series. I'm Autumn Myers from Myers Paranormal, and today we're going to be reading some scary stories. So let's get started. I'm going to read a book I have a while. I got it a while back, and I'm like, how am I going to, I'm going to use it somehow. And then I started Legends and Stories. This one's called Followed Home. Katie was walking home alone one night. She had to go down a dark country road. There was no one else on the road besides Katie. And she was beginning to imagine that there was ghosts and monsters on this road. And she said, "Don't be silly. Why would there be anything on this road? There ain't nothing on this road during the day. Why would there be something now?" But soon after, Katie heard footsteps behind her. So she turned and looked behind her. She saw a small boy following her. He was walking slowly. It was too dark to see his face. Katie waved, "Hello." But the boy didn't wave back. She decided to keep on walking. The little boy can't hurt her. As she walked, the little boy's footsteps got louder and louder. Katie looked over her shoulder again. Instead of a little boy, now it looked like a teenager was following her. Even though he was still walking slowly, he seemed to look a lot closer. Your mind is playing tricks on you, Katie. It is dark out. You thought you saw a little boy. He was just far away. Still, Katie decided to start walking faster. She wanted to run, but for some reason, she thought if she ran, he would run after her. So she decided to just start walking faster. No matter how fast she walked, his footsteps got louder and louder. She looked back again. The figure was heavier, and she still couldn't see his face. But it wasn't a teenager anymore. It was a grown man. Katie wanted to believe it was just all imaginary things, but she wasn't sure. "Can I help you?" She just wanted to know if he needed help. Maybe he needed directions. The man didn't answer. He just kept on walking slowly and getting closer. Katie turned back, and now she could see her house at the end of the road. She started to run, but the man's footsteps still sounding closer and closer. When she reached her doorway, Katie spun around. one more time to look. He was an old man now. He was very, very close. For the first time, she could see his face. His face was so thin, it looked like a skeleton. The old man glowered at her. He was so angry. He had anger in his eyes at her. Katie dashed inside, locked the door. She was so loud her parents came running. "There was a man following me," she yelled. They looked for hours, but there was no trace of the man. There was no trace of nothing. What would you do if you was walking home alone and you come upon this thing following you? I think I would be freaked out. I know I'm into this stuff like this, but I'd rather be in the cemetery and then meet something on the road like this. And I'll show you the picture. This is the picture they give us. Try not to set my book on fire. But yeah. I read over that one before. I haven't read this one. I'm going to read one more. And then these are a little short, but okay. And his parents live in a big farmhouse out in the country. One cold night, he woke up early to get some wood for the fire. After a few minutes passed, his mother called him in for breakfast. Ben didn't reply. Though his mother tried again, he still didn't reply. Ben! Ben! No reply. His mother and father were so worried. They went outside to look for Ben, but they couldn't find him. They called his name again and again. Ben! Ben! Where are you? But he never answered. After a little while, they called the police. Everyone wondered if Ben was kidnapped. For days, people from all over helped look for Ben. They searched through the woods all around the farm, hoping to find him. No one found him. Pretty soon, everyone but the police and Ben's parents gave up. One night, about a week later, Ben's mother was trying to sleep when she heard Ben's voice calling her. "Mama! Mama!" he seems to say. "Where are you?" The voice was coming from somewhere outside. She rushed outside, where she thought she heard it, but no one was there. Then she heard the voice said again, "Mama, I can't find you." "I'm right here, Ben. Ben, I'm right here." But she still couldn't see him. She and her husband searched to find him. Where's the voice was coming from? But no matter what, how clear it sounded. They couldn't find Ben. They looked for hours, but there was no sign of him. That happened every night for almost a month. Ben's mother and father could hear him, calling for them, and they would search for hours, but they would never find him. Every night, Ben sounded more and more distorted. Then, one day it stopped. Nobody knew what happened, and no one ever heard or saw Ben ever again. Dang. That one really wasn't scary, but he vanished. What happened? Maybe he accidentally hit one of them, what we called, maybe he's a ghost. Something happened, he became a ghost. When he went out to chop wood and they just didn't find his body. Or maybe he stepped in some kind of portal and got trapped on the other side, in between, and couldn't figure out how to get back. They would never know. And to the story, it seemed like he just kept getting he got weaker. This story's more sad than scary. The picture is just really just. Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, I almost caught it on fire. It looks like just a picture of the woods and a rock. That's what it looks like to me. And it's called Vanish. Next time we'll be reading The Shadow Man. Thank you for stopping by and listening to the stories. Hopefully we'll find more scarier stories. Until next time, bye y'all.
You're watching Myers Paranormal.